Many habits to mitigate willpower exhaustion. I touch on this in the previous parts, but what makes mini habit great is that you will never have an excuse for failure. You will never fear failures and you will never feel guilty even if you run out of willpower. The requirement is so small that you can find a way to get it done. I can't think of a time when my willpower was so weak that I would be unable to do a push up, read a couple pages in a book, or write 50 words, not a single time. Not all of these reasons, small steps don't hold you back, they are critical for success. Step 7, meet your schedule and drop high expectation. Expectation are tricky things in life. It's helpful to have generally high expectation for yourself because it increases your ceiling. In other words, if you don't believe you can be in good shape, you never will be, as shown in the self-efficacy study. It's not that belief increase your ability to do things, it's increase your willingness to try. If you never try to get in good shape, it's not going to happen. High expectation of specific nature, however, such as running 8 miles a day or writing 3,000 words a day, are best avoided. A problem you're going to run into is sneaky swelling of your target. Even if you have your mini habit written down in plain sight, your brain might pick up on how far the last 20 days you will actually written about 15,000 words a day, not 50 words. A personal example from the early days, your brain is always going to register the behavior, not the intention. Subconscious overachievement can set a new expectation in your brain, one that carries all of the weight and pressure of the typical goal you set in the past. You know the ones that don't work, so it's vitally important to remind yourself that your daily goal has not changed. It is still only 50 words a day. If you are continuing to exceed it, this can feel disappointed because you won't want to break your 15,000 words 1500 words per day streak. To soothe this concern, remind yourself of how you got to that point with the low goal, and you're welcome to continue to write that much if you want, but you are not allowed to feel guilty or like a failure if you write 50 words. 50 words is success periods. Not even all caps can stress this enough, because if you get this wrong, then reading this book is a waste of your time. All of the balance, power, and advantage of a strategy hangs on your ability to keep your goal small on paper and in your mind. At any time you feel hesitant to meet your goal, check your mind for hidden requirement. Are you really shooting for your mini goal, or has your target grown? Refuse bigger target. You can do more with smaller ones. Instead of a high expectation for quantity of work, we are going to place our expectation and energy on consistency. Life most powerful tool is consistency, because that's the only way for behavior to become habits. And when a non-habit becomes a habit, it literally means that you have gone from fighting against your brain to joining forces with it. Step 8, watch your sign of habit, but be careful not to jump the gun. This step is another reminder of patience. The mini habit strategy work, but if you drop a behavior before a truly habit and go on to add your next set of habit, then you're going to risk dropping everything like an unskilled juggler. I am an unskilled juggler, but I set a mini habit to practice juggling for 1 minute daily. I bet I would get good at it. Sign that it habit. No resistance. It feel easier to do the behavior than not to do it. Identify your own. Identify, now identity with the behavior and would feel completely confident saying I read book, I'm a writer. Mindless action, you're engaged in the behavior without making an execute decision. You won't think or okay, I've decided to go to the gym. You'll just gather your things and go because it's Tuesday or because it feels like it's time. You don't worry about it starting out. You might worry about missing a day or quitting early, but when a behavior is habit, you know that you'll be doing it unless there is an energy emergency.